everyone, and welcome to a special edition. It's kind of like preseason 5 stuff, but tonight we're going to talk about the investigation that I teamed up with Alfredo, Derek, and Lillian at Sylvan Island. So I'd like to thank Joshua Robert Moore for the theme song for the Eternal X Wolfpack as well. He does a great job. Definitely go check out his website as well. So let's go ahead and let's start the show tonight. We got a few pictures we'll show here and there, and we'll be talking about some of the stuff as well. So let's bring on Alfredo. How you doing, buddy? Can you hear me?
Hey, I'm not getting any sound for some reason.
All right. See if you can drop off and come back in and see if that'll help you.
Hello?
I can hear you. We'll bring on Derek here. Can you hear me, Derek?
Now I can hear something.
I can't hear nothing.
I can hear you, Derek. I couldn't hear him.
I can hear everybody so far.
It's weird.
Lillian, can you hear me?
My volume's all the way up too.
I can hear everybody. I can hear everybody chit-chatting.
Yeah, I can hear everybody. If you can't hear me,
Can you guys hear Sean?
yeah. I can hear everybody. Drop off and come back in.
No, I can't hear anybody. I can only
Yeah,
hear
I'm going to send you guys a text here.
I can only hear you guys on the background with the delay.
I sent them a text and see if they can do it here.
It's
Testing,
funny
one,
because
two,
it was
testing.
working really well during the testing here, Sean.
There
Yeah.
we go. Now I can hear you guys.
Can you hear?
You can hear me, Alfredo?
Yeah, it went to the default settings after it switched over
All right.
for some reason. So I'm
Cool.
good now.
What about Derek? You're good to go here, bud?
Derek looks frozen.
He dropped out. Let's see. Let's remove this one and let's put this one on. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
All righty. Now we're back in the ball
Now I
game.
can't.
So last week we had an investigation at Sylvan Island. What do you guys think?
There was a lot. There was quite a bit. Honestly, it was more towards the end, but I feel like I think that was only my second time there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me,
Yes.
but I can't hear you.
Alfredo, can you hear?
Still can't hear. No, it's
I
not
just
working.
Heard you guys a second ago.
We got computer gremlins
Oh
tonight
my God!
Right. That's crazy.
because it was all working right before we went live because we were all talking.
Right.
Do I gotta go to settings? Audio.
Well, maybe they can adjust theirs here, and we'll see what happens here. In a couple
Speaker.
minutes. Go ahead, Lillian, and finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so that was my my second time there. The first time I had gone with you and Alfredo, just to kind of walk around and honestly see what was there because I had brought after that first time with Sean and Alfredo, I remembered I had seen something in a book that I have, this one, the Erie Quad Cities book. And I mentioned it to you eventually, Sean. I was like, oh my gosh, I have like a little excerpt in this book about Sylvan Island. I'll have to read it. And so when we went back the second time, it was crazy because we actually got quite a bit of activity that honestly, I would say was pretty on par with what we got the first time around. So it wasn't too far out of the box from what we were originally thinking that we were going to encounter. But towards the end of the investigation, I would say that was probably for me the highlight.
That was definitely interesting. We'll get into that here toward the end. What do you think, Alfredo? What did you think when we were all there?
It was pretty interesting to go there with other people,
Okay, I can hear you guys
to
now.
see
Really
the
good.
responses that they were getting, because I'm so used to going out there by myself that I'm waiting to hear responses that I can understand what's going on. Or a lot of times, whatever responses I'm getting on the AVA list or something, it doesn't make sense to me, but it might make sense to someone else. So that was nice having three other investigators there to help,
Hmm.
decipher what's going on, because it seemed like they were uh, you and Lily were getting the most responses, and then but they were through Derek's devices, which I
Right.
found was interesting. And towards the end of the night at that picnic area, I thought that was really cool. I mean, we definitely need to do that again.
Yeah,
I'd
we'll
love to
talk.
go back there.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit as well. Derek, what did you think so far? What we had at the investigation when we were out there?
I want to go back and find more answers, I guess.
Mhm.
And there's a story that my youngest daughter's friend's dad told me. I've met him a few times now. Seems like a really cool guy, and he's gonna come investigate with us. I think he's going to the Masonic Lodge in October. He got some tickets for that, but he told me when he was younger, they went swimming out there, and um, I think he started to go underwater. So his dad hopped in and tried, and was saving him,
Hmm.
and his dad got sucked under the, with the current and never came out
Wow.
right there. And his body was found out by the Centennial.
Oh my gosh.
Did that happen at one of the beaches we were on? That beach we were on?
Um, I'm not sure if it happened at that beach, but he went through that dam. Like he went through there.
Did you
And
get
this
a
was,
name? Did you get his
this
full
was,
name, Derek?
yeah, but I forgot. I didn't write it down or nothing, but I can get his name again. It wasn't any of the names that we got
Hmm.
that night. Um, but yeah, he was telling me that, and I'm like, holy shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like I don't know, like if he would actually go out there, like if I
Low.
asked him, to do like our part two,
Hmm.
you know, I, I don't know if he would be being in a traumatic situation like that. I don't know if he would go back, but it'd be interesting to see if he would or not, and then to go out there and actually try to get something.
Hmm.
Um, for his closure, probably more or less, because it sounds like, if I'm trying to think of this the right way to say it, um, it sounds like he's moved on, but it sounds like it still affects him thinking about it.
Hmm.
And um, the dude's he's a military veteran. He's badass, and I think it'd be, I don't know. I don't want to say like cool, but it would be unique for
Hmm.
him to go out there and maybe see what we can find, you know?
Right.
But I was like, holy shit. Like he was telling me just in depth with this story about his situation. And he said that another guy ended up going into the river and saving his life because
Wow.
his dad was trying to get him, like he was holding him and trying to do this, like to go back to shore with the
Right.
current. Couldn't do it. So another guy was seeing him struggling, and he jumped in there and grabbed the kid. And then he said his stepdad went under
Mm.
the water and never came back. But
That's
as far as our investigation goes, yeah, like I said, I would love to find out more answers, and do a part two.
oh, I think we're gonna definitely do a part two, especially the deal that we had toward the end.
Yeah. And like, do we sit in that same spot and try to find out more answers, or do we find somewhere to sit and just focus, like, what do we do?
Mhm.
I think that would be a good starting point. But I know,
Starting
right,
point.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
right when we started, we had Lillian read out of that book,
Mhm.
Uh huh.
some of the things that the author experienced, and we went to our first location that we were standing there, and we actually got the dead man bell to go off about 5 times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing was going off like on like the spot, dude. It was cool. And like I don't know if you guys mentioned this because I was having audio issues, but the fact that we got the name Kurt through the Polter script in the very beginning, and then the middle, there was a crescent moon, and your ovulus, Alfredo's ovulus said, crescent, and the moon was right above us. I mean, I thought that was kind of unique too.
Yeah, actually, some of the names that actually come over his ovulus that night was very interesting. Because from the book that Lili read, they said they heard drum beats, didn't they? They heard drum beats out there at one time.
Yeah. That's why I was really curious about the whole Native American aspect from the island. I know, Alfredo, you had mentioned our first time around that there was apparitions of, was it Confederate soldiers or what? I can't remember exactly what you had said, but something to the effect of apparitions of soldiers there on the island that people have.
Yeah, that's something that was written in the book Erie Quad Cities, and I believe Ghosts of the Quad Cities as well, as where there have been apparitions of the Confederacy soldiers on there. Also, like temperature drops. You talked about the spider monkey. On the island.
Yes.
There's even rumors of a catfish monster also.
I can't really see these
as well.
comments very well because I'm on my phone.
I don't know if Derek's able to hear me at all.
I can hear you.
I wasn't able to hear him at all through his whole spiel. I had to go on the live to listen to what he was saying, so there might be a little delay between he and I. But I'll do the best I can.
It says Native Americans are deep in with nature, so it would make sense if you guys are getting crescent.
Yep.
Oh, I never made that connection.
Yeah,
can you guys hear me
out there
still?
Also,
yeah,
when we were out there.
Okay.
Very beautiful.
So one of the other things that me and Alfredo were discussing and were actually brought up, and it could be a possibility. I mean, because we wasn't there when the author wrote that book and etc. But, the pumps from the dam making a rhythm sound when they're pumping that water could possibly be, because with the cylinders and everything pumping it. So that could be a possibility as well.
I will say, though, what's interesting, I've been out there late at night, deeper in the woods, and there's been times where I'd see glimmers of light, and now I couldn't tell if there were street lights that were somewhere on the island or they were just figments of my imagination, because it's completely dark out there when you're there at night. There's like you don't see any light out there. But yeah, you see flashes of light when you're out there. That's what I came across.
Right.
It's something that I'd like to show you guys sometime if you guys ever want to come out again.
Well, we're definitely going to go back again for sure. That's a definite, because I'd like to follow up with like the stuff we'll be talking about here in a little bit as well. We also got on the
mic around.
Let me bring up some of the pictures here of some of the things that we actually got. We got some of these words come up: sunset, together, date, spoon, heart, near, crescent.
Yep.
Those are some of the words that we got when we were there as well. Let's see what else we got here. I can't see the small thing on here. Walk, equal, console, light. I mean, we were getting things that were related there for sure. Words that we could actually communicate as what was there.
Yeah, like the Polter script.
I would get a lot of like malevolent, like devil,
Yeah,
and
and
the word
priests
my
too.
way
Yeah.
out when I'd be out
You
there
did
quite a
get
bit.
quite a few of those, actually, Alfredo.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm out there, I usually get those responses. I don't
One
know if
of
they're
the
trying to
things,
scare you away or what, but
right?
that's normal that I get those responses out there.
I mean, every
And
time I've been on a residential investigation and I come across devil and things like that, I come to find out that it's something as a kid maybe trying to scare you back.
Yeah.
Mm,
A kid's spirit, because they don't want you there. They don't know who you are, so they're just trying to scare you. And
yeah,
they'll laugh at you and make things. And we've come up several times that they end up being kids' spirits there. So that's.
mm,
But what was really interesting is, like I said, that we got the fact that Indian stuff when we were in that first location, the dead man bell went off, the cat ball went off at least once.
the
mhm.
Yeah.
Polter script said chief when we started playing the Native American music.
And
Yeah,
that's just one
I
location
forgot about that,
we could
Derek.
set up
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah.
And then we did verify that there was definitely a Curtis because we asked twice and it did say it. Plus, it rang the bell, I think, when we were at the table.
yeah,
So it'd be kind of interesting to get more story on who this Kurt or Curtis is. And,
Mhm.
he was 11 years old, or it was 11 years when he may have passed away there, so that's like maybe another thing that we can find out.
Well, I think Lily looked up that night that there was a young boy, was it in 2014 or somewhere around that era,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
had a sibling, because we kept coming up with sibling
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
in
An
sibling. I
in
11
forgot
year
about
the
that.
old.
in the age of 11.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's where it got kind of confusing. And I remember, Derek, you and I were kind of chit chatting about this after the fact, because when it was coming through, like on the Ovilus and the other equipment, it was the name of Kurt, and
mhm,
then talking about drowning, talking about 11, talking
Yes.
about sibling. And so we're asking all of these questions. So we assumed that this happened to Kurt. And
right.
so as we're packing up, I don't know, I decided to
I
just
mean,
Google.
what if there
Yes,
was like an unsolved freaking like, you know,
yes.
death
I remember
that we like
that's what
could
we were
be
that's what we were
honestly like
talking about.
uncovering right now,
Yeah, because I mean it didn't make sense for Kurt to be that person. I guess okay, so I guess what it was the article that I found on, I think it was like Quad Cities local. I think it was like Fox.
Right.
And it was saying that there was in 2014, I believe it was, there was an emergency on the island. Fire and police went to the island for a rescue mission of this 11-year-old boy and his sibling. And the kicker is though is that they didn't drown; they saved them. So when we were talking to Kurt, and Kurt was saying drown, um,
Hmm.
all of this stuff, like I know Derek, you and I were kind of just saying, well, what if Kurt was just telling us that this happened, that there was an emergency and all
right?
this craziness was happening and Kurt was seeing it happen. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he was telling us what he saw,
Yes.
because because we didn't even know anything about Kurt or the name coming up
Hmm.
or 11 or sibling until you actually Googled it when we were sitting there, because we kept getting curious why
Yes.
11 and sibling kept coming up, and that's when you said
Yeah.
the 11-year-old
Right.
boy and sibling got caught in the river right there.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
then he had also said, remember, emotional and father. And then that next
Yes.
day was Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was.
That's crazy.
Huh.
I forgot about all that.
Yeah.
I got
I know
short
it's
term memory.
starting to come back to me now.
um Alfredo, can you hear me good?
I think he's on a delay.
A little bit, maybe.
Oh, probably. But
I can't hear Derek at all. I have to wait until he starts saying something on the streams for me to be able to respond.
Okay.
So I've been trying to compensate for that.
can you read lips? I did this last time.
It's really awkward
Luke,
because like
I
I see
am
him
your
talking there,
father.
and I gotta wait for him to talk. Okay, now I'll wait for him to say it on the screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got a little bit of a delay, but
gotcha.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, even dispatch. We got if they were talking about the police when they were out there, they were dispatched and dismissed. We come up across that across the obelisk as well.
Yeah,
Words like that, and
Yeah.
it's just interesting because even when we were out there the first time, because that was the first time I was ever out there with you and Alfredo,
Mhm.
we got some of the same identical words
Yes.
yeah.
when we were out there all together,
Mhm.
I'm kidding.
and
Yeah.
and that's not normal.
Right. You know what was really unique too is when
And
a
it's not
couple of
like the
different
obelisk
times.
is spitting
Oh,
out a bunch of words either.
mhm.
Right. Exactly.
And then like when he was getting words, like I know a couple times it was probably the phone, maybe, but the tripwire went off a few times too around the table.
Oh, you're right. I
And then I
forgot.
got touched on my right shoulder, and
Yeah.
then I swear I asked it through the speaker box which part, and I swear it said like
Yep.
shoulder. I
It
think
said
if I
Mhm.
can remember.
it said shoulder.
Yeah, and then I mean it was really something was there speaking to us. They started to say Alfredo's name clear as day. They answered your question like freaking intelligently.
Mhm.
I remember.
Mhm.
Yes.
And even the dowsing rods were going with when Sean was holding them in there, and they kept
Right.
pointing over to you, and um, so it's like, oh my god, like all this energy and shit. Do you think it's coming from that dam too? Like, could that be a part of the help?
Well,
And then
being
how it used to be like a power plant and stuff.
well, you
Or
got to remember the water around there is a conductor of energy as well.
right,
Being around there,
right,
and plus that island's probably got limestone under it somewhere, and that's
yeah.
also going to compound things as
I
well.
want to go in those caves,
I
underground
was gonna
tunnels.
say that the tunnels.
Yeah,
Yes.
we need to look into that. That'd definitely be interesting to get in there and look at some of that as well.
Can you
Yeah,
actually get into the tunnels though? Do we know? Like if
I
you
I
can
don't
ship
know.
your way in there?
I wonder if we need to find out somebody to get permission.
There is, but it's a tight squeeze in one of the entrances.
Have you done it?
I
Alfredo, have you done it?
I haven't gone down in there just because it's like a tight squeeze.
Okay.
And it's possible to do it. It's just I doesn't seem very safe to go in there by myself.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
don't want to you definitely
I'm
don't want to go by yourself.
claustrophobic, so
Yeah.
Where do you
But
know where the entrance is? Or one of the
uh,
entrances?
I do. I do
Did
know
we
where one of
pass
the
by it
entrances.
at all?
We were near one of them, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would
on
love to
the
explore more
northwest.
towards the
Is
middle.
it the
Oh,
no? It's the
sorry.
southwest side of the island. No,
Okay.
southeast.
Okay.
I have to get my bearings. Facing, yeah, southeast side of the island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one entrance.
Kind of towards the beginning where we were.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
There's a haunted abandoned school in Moline that my friend tagged me on a picture of on my video, and it looks pretty interesting. It looks really eerie. I'm talking abandoned, like nobody's in there.
Hmm.
Like, and he said that they go in there every now and then, and
I wonder.
I mean, this place looks pretty crazy.
Do we know,
I
do you know what the school was?
I have no idea the name of
I
this
think I used to
place,
live by the
but
school he's talking about.
Oh,
I'm gonna
really?
have to share a
No.
picture with you guys after this
Okay.
on the group thing. I'll take a screenshot of it. Um,
So when we go back for the second round, You know, I originally wanted to get a few more people so we can divide up in teams and scatter across the whole island to see if certain things were happening at the location at the same time, or if it was coincidence, or we're
Okay.
picking up the same voices or the same names from one
Yeah.
side of the island to the other. I think we need to do that next time, get a few more people to go with us, and
Yeah.
definitely check that out to see if it is. Because I wonder if some of it's actually like reminiscence from things that's happened in certain locations on there. Because it's really
Like the
strange.
visual?
Yeah, because it's really strange. We went there twice, different times, and come up with the same names, and that's not normal.
It would be interesting if we got like some of the same names when we go out there again. You know,
Well,
just to
now that
like
we know
validate.
about the little boy and what Lillian found when we were sitting there when she Googled it, because like I said, none of us knew about that.
Hmm.
We
Yeah.
need to bring that up maybe on one of the beaches and see if we get more activity, you know, talking about that, and maybe find out exactly what side that actually happened on.
Right.
Yeah, and in the beginning we heard scuffling. I remember that the first little segment of where we started at,
Mm-hmm.
and the polterscript said heart, and I look over and there's a freaking heart drawn on some concrete in the shape of a heart.
Yep.
I remember that happened too. Um, and I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Oh yeah, the scuffling. It was so funny because like me and Lily heard like a stick or something
Mhm.
in the woods, maybe like a clatter, and then a little bit after that, we heard like actual somebody like in there,
Mhm.
probably somebody walking around, but
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Now, like I said, I think we definitely need to go back there, especially
I'd
like
love to bring a
yeah,
thermal imaging
Oh, that would
camera.
be cool.
Yeah, at night.
That would be a good one. And I'd want to be
Hmm.
there like a little bit later in the evening.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
more towards like sundown.
Yes.
Stay till like freaking midnight or something crazy.
yeah. I mean, at least stay out there a little longer because we left right just after a little bit after sundown.
I think it was like 10:30. I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh my god, where'd time go?
Hmm.
But like I said, I mean, I've been on quarters one. I've been there and I've seen some of the stuff that's happened there. And even Lily was with me in the entryway there, and we got stuff going across, you know,
Oh,
the
you're
laser
right.
grid that
Yeah.
night, you know,
Yeah.
shadows walking across the laser grid. So, and
Oh,
I'd like to get on the island again and actually be able to set up that laser grid too in kind of an isolated area and see if we get stuff walking through there as well.
yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be pretty cool.
We'll catch the spider monkey.
Yeah, yeah, swinging from the chandelier.
I was actually kind of hoping to hear something of that, you know, even about dark time, you know, but I don't
Just
even.
go off to the distance and go. "Ooh, ooh, ooh, ah, 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 ah."
Oh, hey, Chad, aka Brad. I miss you.
Chad, what up?
My husband knows of someone's dad
Hey
that
Pam,
committed suicide. Ooh, interesting.
I got your picture. I just didn't get to see it. I got a notification, so I'll check that out after the chat here.
But
I
yeah,
feel like there's been a lot of stuff that's happened on the island.
yeah.
For many
A
years.
lot of tragedy.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
you also had, you know, back in the war times, who knows what happened there during that time, just on that little section. I mean, all the stuff that's happened on the Arsenal Island, you know, and now this being an island that's attached to it by the dam, and you know, having the tunnels and everything underneath of it, you know, there's probably things that's not even been documented yet about that island.
Right.
and who knows? There's things that probably could be floating around from Arsenal Island since it's right across the river. You know, there could be some energies just floating around from over there, going back and forth, you know? Maybe they use the dam as like a conduit to go back and forth with. You know what I mean?
That's a good possibility too, because like I said, it's got the water running through it. It's got plenty of energy.
Yeah.
Mm, It
Definitely want to do some different experiments next time we go out, for sure. Um,
maybe even next time,
Thermal would be,
maybe
huh?
even next time, take the fog machine like we did down there
Oh yeah,
in that one location to see if we can kind of do a little contained area and
that
see
would be
what.
crazy. Like right in the middle of the woods, so nobody can like
Oh yeah,
fuck
definitely.
with us. They'd think that we're raving or something, probably.
But I mean, just to see if we get like stuff like I did when we were at Broadhead Manor when me and Bill did it through the fog door,
Yeah,
because we did get weird things coming out of the fog at that night, when
yeah,
it was done. So it'd be definitely interesting if we can get a night. It's not blowing, the wind's not blowing very hard, and
uh huh.
just kind of a calm deal. That'd be
Yeah,
kind of interesting because to see what would come through that as well.
yeah.
Hmm.
That'd be really cool if we started like a fire on the beach or something, like a little fire, and do like some fire scrying, and take some photos and see if we can get anything through the fire, like
Right.
any figures or shapes or anything. Something
Well,
different.
I think we need to do like a little, maybe,
We could do a powwow around the
yeah,
fire.
something we
Lily can
can
play her
do,
drums again.
and even bring maybe a Ouija board. I know a lot of people scared of Ouija boards, but
I'm not.
I'm
I'll,
not, and I would definitely use a Ouija board there, and it would definitely be interesting to see what would come across with all of us there.
it goes spider
Definitely.
monkey.
I've got a Ouija board. I've got two of them actually.
Yeah.
So
And
one was
sit
made
on.
in the 70s, and I got one that's more in the 90s, but I've got an older one. It'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
kind of all
Yeah, I want to
sit
ask more
together.
questions about. I want to find out if there's like more rituals and stuff too that they say. Um, I want to find out that too. Like there's just so much there.
Hmm.
Drownings, rituals, mysterious creatures.
Hmm.
Um, emergency situations that happened.
Well, I definitely know there's Wiccan markings out there along the way
A
because I seen
Wiccan.
them. Yeah,
Did you
when
see them? Did you see
I
them
seen,
there?
Yeah,
yeah, we definitely seen them, and I seen them when we were walking. I know me and Alfredo talked about that before. That there's markings out there in certain locations that we've even come across.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna
So,
plant a Christmas tree and decorate it. Bring the island some feng shui.
well, having a kids, maybe there are kids spirits out there. Maybe putting something small, a tribute to the kids out
A
there,
toy.
might not be a bad idea.
Go
I
bring
mean,
Curtis a toy.
I
we went to.
know. I swear, I'm obsessed with finding out who Kurt is, who Curtis is. Like, I need to
Yeah,
know. That's
yeah.
sad.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely need to dig more into Curtis and
That,
see what we can find about Silvis Island and Curtis.
yeah. Something like missing people in Rock Island or Moline, or like look on the missing persons freaking list that has never been found.
Well,
That would
like I
be
said,
fucking crazy if
That's a good
Curtis was one of the names on that list. Like,
I wish we would have gotten. I wish he would have given us like a last name or something more.
yeah, and we could
yeah,
always try to find that out too, possibly.
right,
Right.
start digging in and Googling things and see how far we can go down the rabbit hole.
Right.
Because, like I said, when we were sitting there at those picnic areas and Curtis, his name came up and said 11-year-old and sibling.
Hmm.
Okay, we just kind of let him talk, and the words kept popping up. And then
Boom, boom.
it's just, it's almost like he was telling us from his view.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I felt it was like.
yeah,
So, I mean, maybe something happened to him before that ever happened. And he's been there since,
Right.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, that's So yeah, I'd definitely like to get a few more of us together, at least 4 more of us.
Yeah.
I know somebody here in the comments.
Oh, I definitely know some people. Tom said he's going to come out this time.
Oh, we'll see.
This person here said, I'd like to, an invite as well.
Oh,
Yeah, Louis. So Louis was at the bearded bra in Wisconsin, and he won best beards. I think 4 to 6 inches. I can't remember, but and we did an investigation, and he hung out with me that night at Broadhead, and we started off a little slow, and then we went up to the gift shop, and this is totally off topic, but this is I'm just explaining who Louis is. But anyway, he I think he's investigated before, but anyway, so we started really getting some shit up there on the second floor when we went down to the gift shop, and I think he enjoyed himself, and he saw my video and he commented on it, and he's like, you need to take me next time you guys go out. So we can definitely send him an invite. So
Yeah.
if we do get a date, I don't know if you can hear me, Alfredo, but in the comments later on in the messages that we have our little group thing, let's set up a date ahead of time so we can give these people, like heads up and a date and stuff,
Yeah.
and see if that works for them. Because Lou is pretty cool, and
We do have a few pictures from that night. Here's one of them.
oh, we got some pics. Oh yeah,
It's when we were all
who the
standing.
hell was that stud muffin right there in the hat? I don't know, on the right,
I don't know, man.
not on the left.
He didn't bring his cha-chas with him.
I brought my chi-chis though.
And then we got Alfredo.
That's a good
and Lil.
photo. I love that photo.
That's actually pretty cool. I mean, walking through our first section where we did our investigation, and me and Derek were back there talking, just kind of watching and seeing the graphics and all the stuff on the side of the walls, walking to there. It was definitely interesting. I mean, that whole island is interesting in general.
I would love to investigate just that little strip right there, even,
There's a lot to explore there.
I love that photo too.
that is a cool.
That's a
This
good
is the
one.
one when we started getting some responses right before
Yeah.
we were ready
They
to.
wanted us to skip rocks.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
because I said, do you like to skip rocks? And they come over and says, yeah. And one of you guys skipped rocks, and they were just sitting there. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely interesting. I mean, like I said, we were coming up with intelligent answers to some of the things we were asking.
Yeah, there's that dam right there too.
Yeah.
I guess I have a question. I don't know, Alfredo, if you can hear me, but
Yep.
you have been there quite a bit. Is there a certain part of the island that you're like, oh gosh, there's a lot of activity that happens here, or anything like that?
I haven't found it yet, just because the place is so huge,
Mhm.
and going there different times of day, uh, it has a different type of vibe. Like especially like definitely day and night.
Mhm.
Like I'd love to go there with a group of people when it's later at night, because it's so much darker there, and your senses are so much heightened, so much more heightened that uh, you start to wonder if your mind's playing tricks on you, or if you're actually experiencing something supernatural.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, because I felt that same
But
way
pretty much anywhere
towards the
on
end
the
of the night.
island
I did
is
too.
something.
I didn't want to leave because I felt like it was
I didn't
getting
either.
more active, like towards the night.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to leave. I want to definitely stay longer the next time we go. And yeah, because like I said, we were getting pretty intelligent responses for everything we pretty much asked.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll get a good parking spot so that we don't have to worry about getting ticketed or towed.
True.
Because the
was
island was packed
cool.
when we showed up.
It
It was
was.
cool
It was
there.
packed. But ironically, we didn't
And I've
really
never
run
parked
into
on the
many
outside
people.
there like that before.
You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we
So
did.
I
Yeah,
don't want to
and I
risk
mean,
it.
Derek's right about that. For as many people that was there, we never really got any contamination of any type. I mean, it was pretty isolated to some of the places we were at. We didn't get any people talking that we couldn't debunk at the time, you know.
Yeah. We saw a couple
Yeah.
randoms towards the end carrying a big ass large
It's a
pizza.
great place to explore, most definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what this is all about here. What does this have to do with Alexander? I don't know. They're talking in, they're talking in code over here on the in the chat. I don't know what some of this is, but
Who was it?
it says K hailed com.
I have no idea.
Yeah. And they're talking numbers here. I don't know what this is about, but
It's a hack. No, I'm just kidding.
so but
Well, wherever you're from, thank you for tuning in.
yeah. But yeah, definitely I want to do like a laser grid in an isolated area.
That'd be awesome.
More EVP work there. See if we can come up with some of the same things and come up with some of the thing behind Kurt. Definitely so.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start.
I have a question for everybody. What was everybody's like favorite highlight of the night or of the day? Sean, you go. You go first, Sean.
I definitely would say the deal when Kurt popped up his name and 11 and sibling, and we never knew. Like I said, we had no clue what it was until you actually Googled it, and then like I said, the activity just kind of stayed
Yeah.
in that little area we were at. So I would say toward the end, after we went off,
Mhm.
and we were getting all those positive responses, you know,
Mhm.
it's definitely, like I said, definitely worth another trip going back.
I agree. I agree. Derek, what about you?
I agree with Sean on that. And
Yeah.
then, like, just those little moments when the bell would just go off,
Yes.
like, right? Just those, periodically through the day, that was kind of interesting. So, definitely bring that back out too.
Well, you'd had your tripwire laying there on the table as well, and it went off a few times as well for getting a
Yes.
response back for
Yeah.
what you asked.
I'd like to lay that sucker out on the ground somewhere, just in
I
the
was
middle.
gonna say that. It would have been
Do
cool.
you actually have one long enough we can go around that whole little area like a circle?
I can do
I've
a
actually-
circle with the one I have, but it would be a small one that we can fit like one of us in. Oh, you know what we could do too? We could try to squeeze in. I could do the tripwire around a circle in a flat spot in the middle of the woods somewhere where we feel something. And then one of us can go under Estes and we can do an Estes method
Oh,
Yep.
that
with someone, and we can bring like a folding chair with us.
I've got
You know.
chairs.
We can bring like a launch. Yeah.
I've got camping chairs. We can definitely do that.
Yeah.
I like
That
that.
would definitely be interesting because if you put the triple wire around us, then we'd notice if something walked into whoever's sitting in the circle doing the Estes.
That'd be cool. I like that.
Called
That'd
the
be cool.
Circle of Doom. Is what it's called.
Yeah. The circle of doom, doom,
I
doom,
just
doom,
I just think
doom.
there's so much more that we could probably dig into there, and we haven't even touched the surface yet. So
Mhm.
Yeah. There's something there.
There's
You
a
know.
lot. There's a lot of somethings there, and I feel like that's why I don't know. For me, it's hard to pinpoint the type of activity that we're getting, just because obviously all the drownings that have happened, Native Americans, the spottings of soldiers.
Right.
Also heard, I think again, Alfredo, it was you that had said that John Looney used to use it as like a dumping ground.
Yeah.
So it's like you have all, and then plus the tunnels. Who knows what those were used for? But
Right.
it's like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening here, like tragic and nefarious.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
We could even get like a little remote controlled car or like a truck and have it charged with like a little GoPro attached to it and then drive that fucker through the tunnel.
Well, I've got a drone. I haven't even used it yet. It's still.
You should do that.
Well, you know me with drones, so
You're gonna crash it. Don't give it to Derek.
get stuck in a damn tree
Go ahead,
somewhere.
Nathaniel. Yeah, I bought a drone here a while back that we could use it in certain locations when we go into houses that the floorboards are so bad you can't walk across upstairs and to find out what's up in there. But yeah, it's
We should definitely make a game plan on pinpointing
Yep.
what we want to do at certain spots. Maybe we could get like a map of the place and like kind of X what we want to do at those certain locations too. You know, ahead of time so that we have a plan.
I
You
agree,
know,
Derek. Like admittedly, I felt very overwhelmed because I felt like there was just so much. Like, where do you start? So I feel like that would be a good idea.
yeah.
yeah. But like, it's definitely going to be interesting because that'll be my third time back and see if we come up with the exact same names again for the third time.
Yeah, that would be cool. And like, you know, I was just thinking a second ago, like, what about all the people's energies that are just coming in and out of the place, leaving some of their energy, the living. You know, people go there to decompress because they're stressed, they're depressed, they whatever, you know, and like even in my house, like sometimes Alicia will sage before people come in or they leave, because people can leave, you know, energy behind.
Oh yeah, they can bring that energy, that negative energy in too.
Yeah, negative or just anything, you know. So, you know, definitely
I didn't think about that.
a lot to think about. Yeah.
I mean, that energy. Prime example is like when we all went out to eat afterwards. Well, we didn't go out to eat. We went out and had a few drinks afterwards. We were doing some energy work, and people around us were kind of looking at us a little strange because after they found out we were paranormal investigators, it was like, no. But they kind of chilled out toward the end and started being cool about stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And I just felt, how did you guys feel after? That's a good question. How did you, and if Alfredo can't hear me, you guys can repeat this, but how did you feel after the investigation? How did you feel mentally, emotionally, whatever? Sean, you can go first.
I kind of wanted to go back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Number one, yes.
I mean, especially, you know, some of the conversation we were talking about later too, you know, and I definitely wanted to go back because now those names and like I said, what we got, it makes me just curious to see how much of that puzzle we could put together.
Yeah. How about you, Lily?
I feel like I was a mixed bag. So obviously towards the end we got all that activity with Kurt. So I was super excited, super pumped, wanted to stay. But then as we were leaving, like it kind of started hitting me. Like I started getting tired. I felt kind of drained. And then by the time we got to the bar to have drinks, I was tired. I was ready to just get in bed. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that late though. It was, what was it? Like 10:30? It was like around
Yeah.
there. It
Yeah.
wasn't that
10,
late.
30, 11 o'clock,
I
probably.
was like, oh my gosh, I am dead tired. But then obviously, Sean, you did your energy work on me and Derek, and we felt a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek livened up.
Yeah. It was the cervezas. No. But I felt the same way. I felt very kind of dazed.
Hey,
I felt like I felt like I was just focused on thinking about everything and processing everything.
Yeah.
And I felt just like low energy. You know. How did you, and you guys can ask Alfredo how he felt. I don't know if you can hear me.
Alfredo, can you hear? Did you hear Derek?
Yeah, I did. I was just waiting for everyone to give their turn.
Okay.
Well, it's your turn now. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd love to go back. I wish we could have stayed there longer, especially towards the end when we were getting all those responses, and it was just a different type of vibe there. towards the end. So that's why I love going back there, even with my own equipment, or if I'm not there with equipment. I love hanging out there all the time. Just either there or Riverside Cemetery is another place I like to go to,
Yeah.
um, or two good locations. And um, anytime I get to go out there, and including with friends, it's always a bonus because being able to share those experiences with you guys, it's what it's all about. Hearing you guys talk about your experiences, I enjoy hearing it because again, that's what it's about. That's what I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to get this group to go out to Springdale and go to the Witches Circle one time here before the end of the year.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Is that the one down in
Definitely interested.
Peoria, John?
Yeah, that's the one in Peoria. I've been to the Witches Circle several times, and
We should go there in like November when it's
it-
like chilly and
it doesn't disappoint you. It definitely doesn't disappoint you.
then like, yeah.
Because we've seen shadows going through Springdale, or Mildred Hallmark, walking. We've seen shadows and shadow figures walking through certain areas as well. And we got SLS's fetal position in the place she actually was killed at.
Wow. We could like see if somebody wants to do some like white positive witch work stuff. Like I could talk to somebody at the Witches and Wellness Expo and be like, hey, Sean's got an idea, going out to Peoria, it's not too far, and getting some, see if we can spike up some activity out there.
Yeah, like I said, I've even got pictures of after the fact of whoever was out there, which is they need to really stop that crap. But somebody made sacrifices out there, and I've got pictures.
Oh,
That's
oh,
and that's
oh,
not
that's
that's
that
not
can
good.
bring out some shit.
Wow.
Yeah, you can tell what was laying actually there on the slab in front of those graves. I mean, you can see the impression that was there, and it's sad because it was a small animal, and it's ridiculous that they go out there and do that and make those sacrifices there. That's just
That's
wrong.
wild, dude. That's eerie.
That's crazy.
I'll be packing that night.
I mean, I've been there several times, and it's always interesting, and that's definitely a place I think we all should team up and go out there and see what everybody experiences as well.
For sure.
So, but I also know we've got another one coming up, Rock Island Roadhouse. We're going to be doing coming up. We're all going to team up and do that one. So
Nice.
That ought to be a good one too.
Hell
I've been there with you, Derek, and we've got some interesting stuff there as well.
Yeah, we heard phantom footsteps going down the hall by the boys by the swimming area.
Yep.
Like literally, we heard that shit with our own ears.
Yeah, because we thought it was the girls playing a prank on us. I said, just wait a second. I want to see how far this goes down, and we heard people walking up. And then when we looked out, and we gave them just enough time to have a gap to not notice we were there. But we went out, looked down the hall. Nobody. Not
We
one.
rushed upstairs and everybody was standing there, the whole group.
Yeah.
I was like, that was probably one of the coolest memories of audio that I've ever heard. Oh, besides the little girl voice at Broadhead. Those two, yeah.
Well,
Like
me
just-
and Alicia, we got EVPs up there in the classroom area or that locker room area where the lockers were rattling
Oh,
when we were there that time.
oh.
And then we did that Estes session where you guys were upstairs and I was downstairs, and we were getting some good stuff out of that one too.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I remember we were at Broadhead and Derek, remember when was it the spirit box when it called Alicia Butch?
Yeah. Yeah. They said that she was a butch. She
Some
still
of the
is a
things-
butch. No, I'm just
some of the
kidding.
responses you get, you try not to laugh, but it's
Yeah.
like, but it kind of makes sense because I know Alicia keeps her hair cut short sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
And they like the
I've
strings.
actually had it where spirits just told me, they don't like to leave. So, but yeah. I mean, we've had weird stuff. I mean, it's just like when Derek and I were walking down there in the Rock Island Roadhouse and a bat comes out of nowhere and hits him in the chest. Oh, yeah. He ran. That was funny.
I dipped down to the ground when I was up there with Alfredo, and he was sitting there, and we saw 2 bats flying the other hallway. And then all of a sudden, one comes out after my soul, and I fucking ducked so hard, dude. Like, I dropped like a sack of fucking potatoes. And we caught that on camera on his.
Oh my god! I've never seen it. You need to
Oh my
post
God.
it. You need to share it.
It's
Yeah.
out there. I think either CNR Paranormal has it or
Oh,
Alfredo
okay.
has a little clip of that for sure. It's funny.
But
We
yeah.
should there should be like a whole bloopers reel of like investigations. That would be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, that would be funny.
I
I
mean,
thought we
we've
got some.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure all of us has got some bloopers of all of us being together at one point or another. So
That'd be kind of cool to do like a podcast just to share our
Is
funny
he talking
moments.
about?
That
Is he
would-
talking
video
about
clips.
the time the bat flew at me?
Yes,
Yeah.
when it hit him.
Yep.
Do you have that video, Alfredo?
Of the bat hitting him?
Yeah.
No, and I thought we were talking. I didn't know what he was talking about. If he was talking about the time when he
Did the
got
bat get you?
hit by the bat, or when the bat flew at me, that Derek actually and them captured
Yeah,
with
because I think
CNR
it hit your
Paranormal
ear. It grazed like your
at the
face or something.
Roadhouse.
Oh my gosh.
It grazed his fucking face. I was like, what?
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
It grazed your face, Alfredo?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I was just standing there. I was just looking at the shadow that was in the corner, and I was moving towards it, and I heard some shuffling around in there. And as soon as I got close to it, something flew right at me, right across my face, and scared the crap out of me. My first jump scare, and it was pretty funny too because when they were showing me the footage of it,
Yeah.
like we noticed there was a shadow before the bat flew at me. During
Oh.
we actually captured something possibly paranormal.
And it wasn't the
during
bat.
that-
It wasn't the
That
bat.
wasn't the bat. No.
Oh.
So that's actually a clip
Cool.
on TikTok that I've shown Sean before. I don't think I've shown you, Lily.
Oh,
I'll have
that's
to show it to you sometime.
yeah. I want to see it.
that's definitely cool.
Wow.
Funny
But
for sure.
There's still frames of it showing of like before, during, and after the bat flew at me, seeing the shadow like coming around the corner of the doorway, which was really creepy.
Oh my god.
So
I
it was
stay away
planned
from third and
somehow.
fourth floors.
I was expecting a specter, but I wasn't expecting a bat. So that's what startled me.
That's funny. That is
Well,
funny.
guys, we are at the top of the hour here. We got about a minute left. So, what's one thing? I'll ask all of you guys. What's one thing you'd like to change in the paranormal field, Lily?
Oh gosh. Dang, Sean, that's like a crazy question. Let me see. Probably, I would say the way that people interact with each other when it comes to actually doing investigations, and really kind of investigating a little bit more in depth. I think I kind of associate that a little bit more because of our investigation here at Sylvan. Like, it's great going to investigate a place like once, awesome. A second time, great. But to be able to go numerous times to the same location to kind of gather more information and even start debunking stuff that's happened, I think to me that's probably key, as well as finding out actual I guess, pieces of the story and kind of putting that whole puzzle together, because it's great gathering evidence and having one investigation saying, yeah, this is cool. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you doing this for? Is it to find out the story, or are you doing it, just as kind of like a random something to do? For me, it's I want to figure out the story. I want to figure out what happened. What's the history here? And I think I was telling Derek this on the way home from Sylvan.
Yeah.
Was I want to know like the full story. I want to know if there's like with Kurt, he was emotional because maybe it was Father's Day. Maybe he wanted to say something to his father, or maybe he was a father. Who knows? And it's like knowing that, it makes me want to say, is there anything that we can do for you, Kurt? Like, do you want us to go tell your father or your grandfather or your son something? And so to me, I think that would be mine. That would be my answer.
Alfredo?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Finding that storyline, like she was saying earlier, it can be overwhelming when you first show up on a site and you get all these different responses, or you on your devices, or you're trying to piece together a story. It can be overwhelming. But when you find that thread and you start pulling on it, it's very, very special, very unique. Like, um, I was at Riverside Cemetery just yesterday hanging out and decided to bust out my Ovilus, and lo and behold, the name Derek comes up again on my Ovilus yesterday. So
Nah.
it's like that name keeps
You got to
coming
get
up
me
when
out
I'm at
there.
that cemetery, and only at that cemetery.
You got to get me out
And
there. They're calling
I'm
me.
trying to find, what does Derek need? Are you looking for Derek? What does Derek need? It's trying to find
You got
that
to get Derek out
closure.
there, Alfredo.
Yeah, we should definitely. Derek should definitely come out with me sometime out there. See if that helps
The
trigger
human
anything.
trigger object.
But yeah, definitely trying to find those connections to that story and trying to find resolve for whatever entity, if the entity needs resolution to move on. That's my goal. I
Yeah.
don't like. It's nice visiting a place and coming across something, but it's also nice to not come across something, because you don't want. I don't like seeing something trapped here that doesn't need to be here any longer than it has to be. And
Right.
if they can move on to the next life and find peace and serenity, um, I'd love to be a part of that journey to help them get there.
Yeah. And
Well,
that
that,
was kind of
that,
my
that
goal towards the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah.
I felt in my heart that I needed to say like what I said. I was like, if you need to go, if you see a light, if you like, you don't have to stay here. I was telling Kurt that, and I was like, you can move on. You're not trapped. You know, and yeah, that's a good statement right there,
because
from both of you.
at one point, I even asked, "Do you want to cross over?" And I'd open a portal for him, and we never did get a response out of that. So
Yeah, yeah. So like mine, my thoughts of like what would be changing in the paranormal is doing more collaborations like we do, um, and um, not my. This is just a statement. Not everybody is better than the next person, and we're all doing this at to find out answers and stories and stuff. And so I would say probably just be, if I had to say anything, be, you know, go out, have fun, um, and don't judge others and love everybody and do it all for the right reasons, for sure.
most definitely. I mean, like I said, one of the things I'd like to see is everybody share more information with each other, because
Yeah.
if the fact that one person's got something, somebody might have another, and that could solve their problem, might be able to solve what they're trying to figure out, or vice versa. And I think if everybody just kind of shared, we'd be so much farther along in this field than we are now, instead of button heads all the time.
Just
And
come together, yeah.
yeah, and I definitely agree with this. I love working with different teams as well. I mean, I team up with you guys all the time, and I love teaming up with you guys and hanging out with you guys and doing stuff, and always learning something new when I'm with you guys as well.
Yeah.
And especially going to a few new locations with Alfredo here. We went to a couple cemeteries I've never been to, and then we teamed up with the island here, which is good. And we'll definitely all going to go back to that before, it gets cold. I definitely want to do that.
Yeah. And then I do want to say something here too. Like, if you ever have the opportunity to volunteer to help locations clean or any kind of fundraising that they do, I see them pop up every now and then. I think all of us can get involved in one way or another if possible. If that's your thing, I think we need to see more of that, because we need these locations. Like, these people bought these locations to try to restore them, to keep them alive, and they're doing it for a reason, not just to profit their own pocket, but to keep these structures going as long as possible. These old 1800, even older. And I think it's just a beautiful thing. And I think we all can do our part, and I know that we all have done it. We go out, we pay for vending spots, we present ourselves, we present the buildings, and we do all those supporting things. And so I think that's just a beautiful thing, and we can all keep that going, for sure. Ashmore just had their roof destroyed by weather, and I see a lot of people on there coming together. So I think it's a beautiful thing. So yeah, keep it up, everybody. If you're watching this, you guys are doing amazing. So
most definitely. If you're able to do that, help them out for sure.
yeah, it doesn't even have to be money. Just show up, and
anything for you, Brad.
even a simple share.
I like strawberry lemonade. Bring me some too.
Oh my God, strawberry lemonade sounds good. I'm gonna have to go to the store.
I've been trying to get Lili to get some wolf's blood in their lineup for their drinks, but
Oh, that's right, Sean. I do remember that.
Wolf's blood.
yeah,
It's a sacrificial.
yeah, we need to work on that. Hey guys, sorry I haven't been around lately working on. Yeah, we need to get you out in the field, Tiff, as well. We miss you.
Yeah, Tiffany, get your butt out here. Stop being a workaholic. I'm just kidding.
Embalmed and stuff. Does that make your human version of uncrushable? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on how you want to look at that.
What did he say?
It says, if and when you die, you get embalmed and stuff. Does that make you a human version uncrustable?
Fuck yeah. Crusty ass. No, I'm just kidding.
I guess it just depends on how you look at that. But yeah.
Hey,
if I
want to be embalmed. I want to be stuffed. Throw some polyurethane on me, polish me up, and it's good. You fill in all the cracks, and it'll be all right.
Hey, we can do like they did in the neighboring town over here where I live at. Remember what they called the Knoxville mummy?
Yeah.
That happened when I was in high school. They embalmed somebody right in the house and preserved him, and they kept him there for a long time before they knew about it. Oh yeah.
If they preserve me, I want to be. If I get preserved and stuffed, I want to be like this.
But yeah, look up Knoxville mummy in Knoxville, Illinois. It happened back in the 80s.
Oh my
That's crazy.
Yeah, it actually happened. Actually, a friend of mine
is like a whole nother lane.
Actually, one of my best friends dated the girl that happened with. Yeah.
Just imagine though, like being mummified. Like, is that morbid or is it just the way that they were? I mean, I don't.
Well, the Egyptians used to do it, but they used to transfer their soul from one body to the other.
Oh wow!
And when they were mummified, that was a healing process for them. So
hopefully Muscle can get and go to a Don Juan or some.
if those guys ever come back looking for those bodies, I'd hate to be the person that took them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Most definitely. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming on tonight and talking about the island.
Yeah,
Our
because we're going down the
investigation.
rabbit hole here now.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do this another night, and
We should talk about
Bring it.
mummification sometime. I'll do my research more.
I think I got a book sitting around about that. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on, talking about the island, and we're definitely going to go back out there before the end of the year, and maybe even get in contact with the author of that book too, as well, and see if they'd like to come out.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Definitely.
And
I'm excited for part 2, you guys.
yeah, and I know we've got several things scheduled together here before the end of the year as well, and I've got a few surprises coming up with a couple other teams that I'm going to be making an appearance in Iowa here with me and Jamie Lynn's got something cooking, so that'll be a good one as well. So, but like I said, thank you guys, everybody, for coming on tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I love talking with y'all. I love getting together. It's fun. We're going to do it again very soon after this heat wave.
Yes.
Everybody stay cool.
Can't
Check
wait.
on your neighbors. Check on your elderly. It's going to be hot as hell. Check on the fat people. Just saying, it's going to be hot as hell. It's not for us. We like the winter.
If you see Derek and he's sweating, just dip him in some flour, roll him down the road.
I'll probably fry like a chicken nugget.
I do, Derek. I got to pick on you sometimes, buddy.
I know.
So, but everybody have a great night. Stay safe during this heat wave, and we will see you
Guys.
during the next special, because I don't have anything scheduled from till October 4th. And I will have a few lives between now and then as well. And like I said, just kind of keep an eye, and I'm going to post where I will be between now and October 4th and the lives that will be coming up. So, but technically tonight was a special from the investigation we did last weekend at Sylvan Island. And we will definitely be going back.
Yes, indeed.
So stay tuned for part 2, and it'll be definitely coming up here before the end of the year for sure. And like I said, stay safe, everybody, and thanks everybody for stopping in tonight. Have a great night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Here we go.